Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're interested in vocal technique, pick up my ebook called Becoming a Natural Singer, or if you want one-on-one help, book a lesson through my website or drop me an email, links in the description. So I put a little video up on Instagram yesterday about how to get high, fear of high notes. How do we flip the switch, flip the perspective and not reach, not have that feeling of, yeah? Check out my Instagram. That being said, it's Becoming a Natural Singer, so follow me on there as well. I put lots of short lesson clips up on there and some little pointers here and there as well. So I wanted to fill out some of that topic because when we're a hard case, when we're somebody who can't get high without pushing and reaching, it's a very confusing situation to be in. We watch other vocalists and it's like they just go high and it doesn't seem like anything to them. It just seems to all add up in their mind, whereas for us it seems at some point something happens, something changes, and it just does not want to go any higher. We hit this glass ceiling, and it's the same glass ceiling every day. It's that F sharp, it's that G, it's that A, it's that B, whatever it is. It's that I can't get beyond that point without pushing and irritating my folds and feeling strain and tension. So I want to fill out this idea, and here's the thing. When we're in that situation, what is happening? And the answer is this. As you go up in range, at some point you substitute your technique for something else. And there will be a transition into that over a few notes. One of the reasons we study technique, we talk about keeping the vocal cords connected, finding the right muscles, keeping things, keeping the vowels stationary and things like this. All of that guides you towards not making the substitution away from technique. Now what that substitution is this. We go up and what we find is we get to a certain point and we push. But what's really happening, and why I call it a substitution, is that we are letting go of the muscles that need to work and we are substituting in the wrong muscles. So we have this feeling of and you can hear as I lean towards pushing, the vocal cords or the right muscles start to let go. So most men that struggle with this, they go through their first bridge and there's a grey zone where they kind of have some technique and some outer muscles, and the transition is blurry. It's not visible for them because they get around middle C even and they start to transition away from the right muscles, and it happens gradually enough that they're not really aware of it. So what they associate head voice with is actually incorrect. They're making a transition away from the right muscles and they're substituting in the wrong muscles. And that substitution is what creates the glass ceiling. Now, people that don't have this problem don't make the substitution. They keep the vocal cords together, they keep the larynx stable, and they keep the airflow coming through, and they just go. They never get to the point in their range where they and clamp. So when we start studying technique and we talk about getting high without reaching, we've got to get to the point where we can get enough of that technique under control that we start to notice the substitution and that grey spectrum away from the right muscles towards the wrong muscles. And what I normally find with struggling singers when they come to me, even if they've watched my videos, is even being aware of this, they often even go further in the wrong direction. Because they're like, yeah, I've got all this outer muscle tension. I need to let go. I need to let go of all that bad tension. It's partly correct, and some of them come and they can get up higher, and it gets quite airy and out of control. And it's like, well, there's not much tension there, but it's still making that substitution towards the wrong muscles. Here's the baseline. We cannot let go of the wrong muscles without holding on to the right ones. You've got to get that into your head. When we keep the vocal cords together, what is that doing? It is forcing you to use the right muscles. So as soon as you feel as you go up, you feel the chords come apart, you know that you're substituting, or you're beginning the process of substituting. Whereas if you can feel if you can get into head with with the chords connecting, then you know you're leaning more towards technique. So the goal is to stop the substitution, to stop allowing yourself to let go of the right muscles and hold on to the wrong ones, and start flipping your perspective. Start thinking in terms of finding those right muscles. Helping yourself to connect the vocal cords and use exclusively the right muscles. Once you know this context and you're a struggling singer, you can A, make progress quickly, but B, you can understand the process more and why it is that it's so much harder for you and so much easier for other people. If you've never gone down the road of substitution, it's going to be no big deal. The challenge is, if you have many years of transitioning away from the right muscles to tension, you have to not just deal with finding the right technique, but you've got to deal with letting go of that muscle memory that can be bedded in. You can want to connect the chords, but no matter what you do, they come apart and you'll feel clamp at first. So we have to transition gradually away from those bad motor skills and start developing from a better foundation. But this is a challenge. And this channel in particular, and why I teach this stuff and nobody else does. Let me answer that just to finish up this video. The thing is most other coaches out there, in all honesty, they are helping talented singers get better. And I'm somebody who came up the hard way and said, I'm going to figure this out, and I'm going to kind of show people that no matter where you start, you can get better at this, and you can get a lot better at it, even as an adult, even with a lot of tension. Now, I teach a handful of students over the years, or I've taught a handful of students over the years who are as hard a case as I was. Most people aren't. But the point is this, and this is what motivates me to help you harder cases, is there's hope for you. There's a chance for you, and there is a way to fix the reach. There is a way to fix the deeper problems that you have that other singers simply don't. But to get to that source, to get to that root cause, we have to get into deeper topics. We have to get into assumptions you make. We have to get into your values. We have to get into motor skills, replacing motor skills, abandoning motor skills, the challenges of that. All of these things are very different to the singer that learnt as a child, and they kind of got the gist of it. They got pushed in the right direction from a young age, and all they've got to do when they come to me or other coaches is just angle a little bit here, shape a little bit there, round off the edges. It's a different type of problem for them to solve because they've already got the right motor skills, or close to the right motor skills to begin with. So I'm a true believer in that there is hope for all of us who are singers, and that you can change, and it's a question of work ethic and how much you believe, and at the other end you figure it all out. Anyway guys, I hope that rounds out this topic of getting higher and the right way to approach it, the right mentality to approach it in order to avoid the reach, and some of the deeper topics there in terms of if you are a harder case. Hit me up in the comments, let me know your thoughts about this, and other than that, subscribe, thumbs up. I'll catch you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.